Imagine this, you're only 20 years old, and one morning you wake up and decide to create your own country. This is not fiction, it's a real story. Between Croatia and Serbia, on a piece of land nobody claimed, a young man stepped in and wrote his name into history. Daniel Jackson and the country he founded, the Republic of Verdis. The Republic of Verdis was declared on May 30th, 2019, on a 125-acre disputed area located on the banks of the Danube River, between Croatia and Serbia. Because of border disputes between the two countries, this land was declared no man's land. In other words, technically, it didn't belong to any country. So, what does 125 acres mean? That's about the size of 18 football fields, enough to show that Verdis is truly a microstate. The land itself is quite unique. The north is forested and high ground, while the south is swampy and low. Daniel Jackson saw this opportunity and announced to the whole world that he had founded the Free Republic of Verdis. Jackson is not just an ordinary person. At a very young age, he became an entrepreneur and also a Roblox designer. Public information about him is limited, but here's what we know. He was born in Australia, with English roots. During the COVID-19 pandemic, he dropped out of school and moved to England. From a young age, he was interested in technology and game design. He made friends online and said, "Together, we wanted to do something different in this world." The name Verdis comes from the Latin word viridis, meaning green. It reflects Verdis's environmentally conscious and nature-friendly spirit. The Constitution of Verdis was written, a flag and coat of arms were designed, and even passports and ID cards were produced. For citizenship applications, a $16 fee was charged. Out of around 15,000 applications, only 350 to 400 people were accepted. Yes, Verdis accepted only about 400 people. Why? Because they preferred people with knowledge of international law and practical offline survival skills. Of course, this microstate drew reactions from neighboring countries. So what exactly is a microstate? Micronations are countries created by individuals or groups that are not recognized as real states by the United Nations. Some of them exist mainly online. Others have a physical location, but they are not considered legitimate countries. Some are taken more seriously than others, but due to political and diplomatic reasons, they are not recognized as independent states. Unlike partially recognized countries or separatist regions, micronations usually have no real autonomy. People create micronations for many reasons. Some do it to protest their home countries, some to make money, or simply to create a space of their own. Others want to try a new form of government. For example, someone in the U.S. might declare independence and set up a small socialist or communist state. Micronations create their own rules, but since they are not recognized, they still have to obey the laws of the countries they actually live in. After Verdis was declared, Croatia reacted. When Jackson and his friends tried to build the first permanent settlement last year, Croatian police intervened. Jackson and his group were detained. Their documents and phones were confiscated. They were threatened with deportation and told to leave the country within 7 days. According to Verdis's official website, this was recorded as the country's first major national crisis. Police told Jackson that he was not officially under arrest, but still didn't allow them to move freely. They were forced onto boats, and deportation procedures began. Jackson, as a British citizen, said he received no assistance from the UK's Foreign Office during this ordeal. Still, Jackson didn't give up. He launched a legal battle and continues to claim the land to this day. Meanwhile, Serbia remained silent, and some even interpreted this as indirect support for Verdis. So, while one country opposed them, the other looked the other way. In between these games of diplomacy, Verdis continued to exist. Verdis defines itself as a libertarian, eco-friendly, and technological republic. Its official languages are English, Croatian, and Serbian. Its currency is the euro. The state structure is based on individual freedoms. Taxes are voluntary, and most citizens are digitally organized. In education, they are experimenting with direct democracy. For the future, they plan to establish a police force, a justice system, and border security. Verdis also aims to be a humanitarian hub as a religiously neutral state. It is known to have sent aid to Ukraine at times. Many experts call Verdis nothing more than a youthful dream or a political protest, but others take it more seriously. Because Verdis is one of the most organized micronations to ever exist. Although it is not recognized internationally, it has achieved some symbolic successes. For example, the African country of Eswatini announced that it recognizes Verdis passports. Today, Daniel Jackson lives in Dover, England, and continues his work online. A 20-year-old young man crossed borders and built his own country. But what is Verdis? A dream? A vision for the future? Or just a short adventure? History will decide. So what do you think? Can a country like Verdis really survive? Share your thoughts in the comments and let's discuss together.